My dear, I overheard something about you, and it shattered the last safe place inside me. They spoke your name like a weapon, and I bled in silence. I wasn't supposed to hear it, but I did, and now everything's different. They said you moved on easily. Why does my soul still ache like you're here? I heard them laugh about you, and suddenly I forgot how to breathe. Someone said you never loved me. My heart still refuses to believe it. They called you heartless. I defended you, then cried when I got home. I pretended not to hear, but my heart recorded every word. I heard them call you a mistake, but you were my miracle. What I overheard about you broke me more than your silence ever did. They said you don't miss me, but why does my name still tremble in your chest? I thought I knew you until I heard what they whispered. I heard your truth by accident. Now I can't unlove you on purpose. Someone spoke of your betrayal like it was poetry. I choked on every verse. I heard your name in a story that wasn't mine to hear. They spoke of you like you were already a ghost. I heard you chose someone else, but my soul still calls you home. Your truth arrived uninvited, and it doesn't care if I'm ready. The room didn't know I was listening, but my heart did. I heard them say, your eyes don't search for me anymore. Every word I overheard became a wound I never expected. I knew something was off, but I didn't expect this kind of pain. They said you forgot me, but I remember you in nightmares. I heard them say you faked it all. My chest hasn't stopped aching since. I wasn't supposed to hear the truth, but destiny made sure I did. The truth came early. My healing will take decades. I heard your name in someone else's mouth, and it burned. They whispered your betrayal like it was entertainment. Someone called you dangerous. I called you mine. I overheard your secrets. Now I carry them like grief. I heard what you did, and I still miss who you were. I overheard them calling you a lie, but I remember you as my reason. I heard your smile was fake. Suddenly, every moment feels hollow. They said you regret me. I wish I could say the same. I wasn't supposed to hear it, but maybe I was meant to. The words I heard about you still echo louder than your love ever did. I heard your soul has changed. So has mine. They called you someone I never knew. Now I'm questioning everything. I heard you said you never felt it. So what was I drowning in? You left me a mystery. They left me the truth. I overheard the story of how you let me go without flinching. I wasn't ready for the truth, but it found me anyway. I heard you settled for someone simpler. I guess love frightened you. They said you don't talk about me. I can't shut up about you. I heard the version of you I feared was real. I overheard someone else being promised what you once gave me. I heard them say you laugh about us. I wish I could. They called you selfish. I called you sacred. I heard them list your lies. I believed your love. They said you're happier without me. But I know empty joy when I see it. I heard a version of you that makes me question the memories. I heard you were bored. I was busy believing they said you only stayed for convenience. I stayed for love. I heard your voice say her name the way you used to say mine. I wasn't supposed to know, but I guess I needed to. I overheard your new life. It sounded like my death. I heard the silence after your name. It was louder than any scream. Someone said you were broken before I arrived. Why did I try to fix you? I heard the apology you never gave me, spoken to someone else. I heard your truth. It did what your lies couldn't, ended me. They laughed at how much I loved you. I heard how quickly you replaced me. I overheard your name with hers. Now mine feels unfamiliar. I heard them say you used me. They described your love as manipulation. I heard what you told them about me. That wasn't love. You left, but your ghost still whispers in strangers' mouths. I heard your version of the story. I don't exist in it. I heard her name in your smile. They spoke of your lies like legends. I heard you said I was dramatic. You were destruction. They joked about my pain like it wasn't bleeding. I overheard you're planning a future without me. They mocked the way I loved you. I heard you say I was never enough. I heard your heart closed its door. They said you felt nothing. I felt everything. I heard about the love you gave her. I overheard your cruelty dressed as charm. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I heard your silence say more than your lips ever did. They called you cold. I called you home. I heard the distance you chose. They painted you as careless. I knew the details. I heard your goodbye without you speaking. I heard her laugh in your chest. They exposed the parts of you I forgave. I overheard your shadow leaving before you did. They said your heart no longer beats for me. I heard the silence you wrapped around my name. I overheard your promises fall like dead leaves. They whispered your love was a temporary illusion. I heard you erased me from your prayers. They said you traded us for comfort. I overheard your lies dressed as truth. I heard your absence scream louder than your words. They spoke of you like a ghost haunting my dreams. I overheard your forgiveness never included me. They said your eyes no longer search for mine. I heard the weight of your regret. Too late for me. They called your love a beautiful mistake. I overheard your heart close its doors quietly. I heard your name with no warmth behind it. They said you walked away without looking back. I overheard your new love doesn't know your past. I heard the echo of your promises breaking. They whispered you forgot how to love me. I overheard your goodbye before you spoke it. They said your silence was louder than any fight. I heard your truth spill from someone else's lips. I overheard your absence carving hollows in my soul. They said you never loved me the way I did you. I heard your betrayal like a crack in my heart. They whispered your name with a stranger's smile. I overheard your love fading like dying stars. They said your heart was never mine to hold. I heard the coldness that replaced your warmth. They whispered your lies like dark lullabies. I overheard your freedom that cost us everything. They said your love was a cruel lesson. I heard your laughter when you forgot I listened. They whispered you forgot our sacred promises. I overheard your new dreams didn't include me. They said your love was a dangerous game. I heard your absence like a slow, breaking wave. They whispered your heart belonged elsewhere long ago. I overheard your regret, but it came too late. They said your love was never meant to last. I heard your goodbye in the silence between words. They whispered, you forgot how deeply I loved you. I overheard your eyes seek another's reflection. They said your heart closed when mine opened wide. I heard your footstep walking away from forever. They whispered your love was a fading echo. I overheard your soul drifting beyond my reach. They said your promises were shadows on the wall. I heard your silence speak volumes I couldn't answer. They whispered your love was a fragile illusion. I overheard your smile hiding 1,000 secrets. They said your heart wandered before you said goodbye. I heard your love crumble like dust in the wind. They whispered your soul no longer recognized mine. I overheard your hands letting go silently. They said your love was a beautiful betrayal. I heard your absence like a wound that never heals. They whispered your heartbeat for someone else. I overheard your name spoke with regret and relief. They said your love faded before the dawn. I heard your truth in the shadows you left behind. They whispered, you never truly loved me at all. I overheard your promises vanish into thin air. They said your heart was never truly mine. I heard your absence scream louder than your love. They whispered your love was just a beautiful lie. I overheard your name with a stranger's warmth. They said your love was a fading star's last light. I heard your silence break the sound of forever. They whispered your heart was lost before we began. I overheard your goodbye before your lips moved. They said your love was a shadow in my light. I heard your absence as a symphony of loss. They whispered your love died in the quiet. I overheard your truth unravel like a fragile thread. They said your heart never belonged to me. I heard your silence speak louder than your lies. They whispered your love was a fading memory. I overheard your name vanish in the crowd. They said your love was never truly mine to hold. I heard your absence like a ghost in my chest. They whispered your heartbeat for another's touch. I overheard your goodbye before the words came. They said your love was a broken promise. I heard your silence drown the sound of my pleas. They whispered your heart slipped away in the night. I overheard your name with cold indifference. They said your love was a flame that burned too fast. I heard your absence echo in every lonely room. They whispered your heart broke before you told me. I overheard your goodbye in the stillness between us. They said your love was a fleeting dream. I heard your silence carry the weight of goodbye. They whispered your heart found peace without me. I overheard your name with unfamiliar tenderness. They said your love was a lie wrapped in truth. I heard your absence tear through my soul's fabric. They whispered your heart was never mine to hold. I overheard your truth, and it shattered my world.